Tell us some of the crazy numbers you've been telling us just about the start of this region, about how strong this region is.
Yeah, coming here this weekend, on the men's side in particular, I thought there were 20 athletes with the potential to qualify, and after day one, I felt the same. Yesterday made a difference.
How many now?
Now it's down to 8.
8?
I think the guys currently sitting in 1st through 8th, Cody Mooney being in that 8th place spot is the last guy who realistically still has a chance to qualify with today's events.
Do you give him a chance?
A chance, yes. He can do really well in both these events. He's got a big
You're supposed to ask me that. He's an
up.
analyst. He's not allowed to have an
What's
opinion.
your opinion, Kasavan?
Cody Mooney's going.
Boom.
You're saying mathematically he's not in control of his destiny, but one slip up from someone else and a good day by Cody and he's in.
The problem for him is it has to be a slip up by 3 guys, and those 3 guys are all legitimate contenders as well.
Well, Chase Smith is right there in 6th, eh?
You have Chase Smith in 6th, a guy who we obviously know last year was out with the pec. The year before lost on a tiebreaker to Alex Vigneault, who finished 9th at the games. If you're losing on a tiebreaker to a guy who's a top 10 games athlete, you're legitimate. And
How
he's
pissed
right
do you
there.
think he is about 6th again? That must feel kind of uncomfortable.
He does not want that.
No.
The problem for him is he has 2 first-place wins, which could be good in terms of tiebreakers, but a 33rd and 22nd in the other events. He can't have another bad event today.
I was fully rooting for Chase Smith until he set the world record, and I came over with my camera, and he said, "Not now, Sevon."
Oh, the kiss of death.
The disrespect.
Oh, brushed off.
And so, with that, I'm looking at Marquand Jones today.
Has Marquand brushed you off?
No.
All right.
Marquand is a gentleman and a scholar.
Then I think we're good.
Chase Smith is an amazing athlete that I think when I see someone like him who's so amazing and I see them exposed here at the regionals, you almost fear for them a little bit if they do make it to the games.
No doubt.
Because there will be all sorts of exposure, right?
You can't hide anything.
You don't want a 33rd place finish here. What's that say about what's going to happen with these more diverse events?
If Dave had them handstand walk over this shit at regionals, what do you think's coming at the games?
Right.
It's got to go up from there.
Speaking of which, do you think it's good that Dave gave them a warning? At first I was like, why does he give them a warning? Why doesn't he just tell them? But then after seeing them practice, I'm like, oh, no, maybe no one would have done it, right?
I think it's good that you give them at least something. I mean, it maybe gives the later regionals more time to practice, but I think you kind of need to do that, especially because it's so specialized. You don't want people to come out and just implode. You want to at least give them a chance to try and figure it out, and the best will figure it out, and they'll master it in 8 days or whatever Dave gave them. I think it's fair.
I think there's got to be a balance. You need some events that are known. You need some implements that are new but known, and then you need some implements that are unknown and new. But that's usually the games.
You also have to announce it because the other 2 regions will know when the first one goes. So you have to give the first region a little bit of time to practice, right?
I haven't put a lot of thought in this, but would you say it's fair to say that after interviewing all these individual athletes out here, that they were more nervous about that event than any event that we've ever seen in the history of the regionals or the games?
Maybe not any, but very high on the list. Like they were up. Some of them were just saying, even if they're Danny Horan, I'm glad that's done. Now I get my engine going and I just crush it. I don't have to think anymore. But if you start messing up stuff, you could go from being able to competently handstand walk to complete implosion, and all of a sudden you're in Chase Smith's spot, 33rd. You might not come back.
And you saw it in their faces when they were taking the floor.
Yep.
Before event 3, it was nervous. Before event 4, it was focused because they knew those movements and they knew they could, they knew their plan relative to their weight on the snatches and what it was going to take. But event 3 was a totally different element for a lot of those athletes.
It was like that rope swing in this. I think it's the second obstacle at the CrossFit Games.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
The rope wasn't long enough to get you across, so you had to use your momentum and have some agility and skill and trust.
Pick the height of the hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that rope swing is one time per, unless you advance, but it's one time each time. This was 5 times crossing 2 barriers. That's a lot.
Very difficult. You said something else to me that really, really made me appreciate this regional. You said that 4 of the 6 best open competitors in the men's division were in this region.
And all 4 from Canada East.
Do you recall who that is?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Vigneault, 2nd overall, and we can speculate all we want about what's happened to him this weekend. I had his game spot almost in pen before coming here, and sometimes you just don't have it. Maybe he is really sicker than we thought. I'm not sure.